Okay. Hello, welcome to the stream. We will be now specking the latter half of the stream schedule today. It will be Auckland versus what's the other team, Micah?
Sydney.
Yes. I will be spectating those team, and right now the members of the teams are joining the match. The room. I think
Yeah,
so.
things will be getting underway quite soon. But we'll introduce the teams now, starting off with Auckland, which at the moment, kind of a front runner in the league. Hey, they've got a 2-0 record at the moment. We see the members here. We've got Rainsfield, Crowboy, Fosh, Curb, Oak, and Toby. And I believe we'll finally get to see Crowboy play some matches today.
Yeah, they have a schedule. They have a quota, was it, of players that need to play matches. So
yeah, so the player's got to play a minimum of 8 matches.
Mm-hmm.
And it's finally time for Crowboy to make his debut.
We'll hope it will be entertaining. The other team will be Sydney Cyclones. It composes of Link, Kojike, Mars, MGJ, Lumi, and Kazaz. So, a solid team so far. They have at least a shooter. That's the most important part of a comp.
Exactly.
So, I feel as if the other integrations for weapons will be not much of a problem, especially with the match that they have right now. They really have to put their A game because they are fighting the only undefeated team so far in the Frostbite League. So,
especially with the earlier set between Melbourne and Manila, which I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect that result. An incredible performance by Manila, to say the least.
That's true. You would assume that next the person who I believe in OCA has the only badge top 10 X rank. You would assume that they would have a much more different result than that. But really props to Manila for bringing down Melbourne Vortex. They now also have a loss, and if Auckland will win this, they will be the only team going into the next week that have 3 wins. But we'll have to see, because it's not set in stone yet.
Exactly. And moving on to the maps, the starter map this week is Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track, which is the only one of the new maps this season to be included in the league. And for the counter picks, we've got Zones Inkblot, Umami, TC Haggle and TC Sturgeon, Rainmaker Museum and Scorch Gorge, and then Clams Manta and Clams Mako. Now, you know, both these teams, they do have Tetra players. Whether or not we'll get to see them in action is undecided as of now. But I'd really like to see some Mirror Tetra gameplay. I think that would be really fun.
True, the monkey gameplay is always so entertaining to watch. The 1v1s that they would do right back after dying, it's so funny.
Yeah.
We do have the comps that we see on the screen, well, at least that will be displayed later. I think, is Curb in the room? Okay.
Oh, Curb's absolutely in the room.
All right, so we'll see at least one monkey going into RM Humpback Pump Track. Humpback Pump Track, though, a very particular map regarding height differences, actually. So Link will cost very much here. So long as he plays his cards right. We do know that Toby is also playing. And another part of Asia is that it's very good mentality. You can do the same thing that Slash does with ledge camping from a much lower angle or a higher angle. It's just not, but it is still something that he does, definitely.
And you know, Humpback Track, the mid section of the maps that's really only terrain with weapons like Rush and Slash can, I guess, abuse their weapons attributes to get really cheesy kills.
That's true. We'll have a quick fix to the micro quick, I think. And then after that we can proceed to the players readying up their gear. Now, my expectations for this map, honestly, the Greasy Goblins, albeit Toby isn't kinda a part of it, the fight that they will have is gonna be a very extreme determinant of who will win this match. Because really, it's gonna be down to them if they can win their fights and frag for the rest of the team. They can make
needless to say, both teams have incredible X Factor players, and you know, we've seen some really interesting results from last week and even this week with Manila versus Melbourne. It feels like to me that, you know, any team can win their set. It just depends how they play on the day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. The seeding so far has been really spectacular.
Yeah.
It's been balanced, at least not to the point where it comes off as extremely unbalanced. There are some upsets like what happened last time. You know, I also didn't expect it. I was in the same boat as you.
Yeah.
And the performances of the players as well have been spectacular. They haven't been underperforming. They've all been doing their best as they could in every match and every set. And for example, MGJ, this is the Gal player, right? The Gal Deco, the Kraken player.
Yes.
My God, the amount of space that he has made for his team during the last week, I did not expect that much performance from me not being familiar with the people here, and that's why we're doing Frostbite.
Exactly. To give the spotlight, yeah. And you know, I wonder if MGJ will pull out the 96 Gal Deco for us right now, because I think in Rainmaker in particular, like the Kraken special can force a lot of space, but enough yapping. Time to get into the first match. Rainmaker Humpback. Here we go.
All right. We'll be seeing the comps and I believe the abilities as well, which I am very excited about. Going for the Dynamo, okay, not the paintbrush. And Link, of course, going on Bucket.
Yes. And I think they're going to play a very heavy QR playstyle from Auckland right now. They've got the Dynamo and the Tetra.
And I would like to pay attention to the abilities a while ago. Curb is not running mains of QR. He is gunning for the fact that he will have a good performance, so much so that he will at least get 1 kill, so this QR won't activate. I believe he still has subs for it in the sub abilities, but yeah. And Toby as well has Ninja Squid, so we'll see a lot of Sharking gameplay that like what's happening right now, actually.
And to actually go down for Auckland, but they're going to stop the Rainmaker. Everyone's dying all over the place. It's just Curb and Link fighting on that left-hand side of the map.
Yes, the Bucket Man himself making space. Got the kill on Curb, actually. I think that was him. And as you can see here, him making use of his main weapon, just not taking one-in-one fights. He wants to make use of the verticality that his weapon can use as much as possible. Especially against the Tetris, it is not a fight that you would take, because Tetris, I believe it's one of the best weapons for 1v1s. And proving his point, Curb is making space right now, going to elbow, as there is only 3:48 minutes in the clock, and now they start pushing.
Yeah, and Curb's going on a bit of a tirade right now. He gets 2, but he's going to go down.
You gotta love the guy.
Yeah, they're slowing down this push, but I think they did get the checkpoint there, which is a huge, crucial point to pass on this map, so that you can really get a good lead going.
True. I believe Sydney Cyclones haven't gotten their checkpoint yet, so that's going to be a hurdle that they have to cross, especially with this Rhinefield inkjet that's happening right now that got the star fragger of the team, Link. They have to compensate so far somehow with them being pushed out all the way to elbow. Kazaz has to do something. Still alive with them. Ooh, okay. And we'll get the pick. Yeah, wow. Nicely played.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job at slowing down the push. They've, you know, though they've gotten the checkpoint, they really haven't been able to push it past yet. And Sydney right now are going to break it right now.
They've been back and forth so far with them pushing to elbow. No team so far have pushed actually onto their plat, at least the Rainmaker. I know Curb is gonna push onto their plat again once they have the opportunity to do so. Curb dropping, got 2 kills I believe with the crossfire with Crowboy, that's well played. But the RM was carried up to their plat, taking them the lead, so we'll have to see how Auckland will respond to this. They do have mid, so...
Yeah, but this is a very fragile lead, especially on this map where, you know, if you get a wipe on their plat, like, you can just run the Rainmaker straight to the goal.
True. And right now, it's just a fight for mid. It is halfway towards purple, but now taking space by Auckland right here. Kizaz still sharking, staying on elbow, but have to back out because the Dynamo, another ledge camp weapon. I did not expect this actually, and Dynamo is a very good pick on this map. I believe I remember in Splatoon 2, Kensa Dynamo was a very particular pick on Splatoon's Humpback because of its range and verticality. So it's not surprising that they pick for this, especially as well for the Tacticooler. I just thought of Tacticooler is really good for RM since a lot of dead pushes and stuff.
Yeah, it's very fast. It allows them to play a really fast tempo, especially in a fast game mode like Rainmaker. And as well as the fact that they're playing a really QR heavy comp with the Tetris and the Dynamo.
And Link, this is a spot that you would really want to do once you have the advantage, albeit it is very close. So it's a decision that he's made with his own transgression. But Link actually pushes up to their elbow now. I thought they would stick it for the stall. But wait, was that what kill was that? Was that the reslider?
Yeah, Cope came in with the reslider to pick off the rain, but MGJ now going in with the Kraken. He gets one. He's now contesting the rain. Can Cope get the pick? Yes, he can.
He did. This is excellent space made by Curb. His stalling of the 96 Deco was enough for them to be pushed back into mid. But of course, they are not giving up. They are forcing the RM right now to get an even bigger lead. And it's 28 seconds on the clock. They have to do something. Pop the Rainmaker, get mid, and then push to elbow. But it's going to be a really hard fight. Mid right now is extremely painted for the other side. It's going to be a massive fight for mid, especially on Ryan's field shoulders, popping that inkjet and making something for the team.
Yeah, the clock's counting down now. 5 seconds on the clock. Toby holding the Rainmaker. This is going to be an incredible uphill battle for them if they're going to make this happen.
Yes, this is a safe entrance onto elbow, albeit there is a Zuko coming out. It's done though, so they have an opportunity, especially with that Ink Strike making space. None of the players have taken any space off it though, so it's going to be concerning. We are in overtime though. Toby has to do something. It is halfway onto clock. I believe it's only 30 seconds left before the RM pops. Come on! Any play!
Any play. They're holding onto the specials. Sydney's still holding onto the Kraken.
Yes, they're all on.
Wait to the very last second to use it.
Toby still on that entrance.
He's just stalling.
He's the only one left. Link about to use Bucket's absolute strength in this map. Ooh, but Kurt picked them off. But I believe that was a Zuko shot. Nicely played. Alright, and that's game one.
Game one to Sydney.
My god, man. What is the winning push was at the first minute. The first 4 minutes, it's just a back and forth?
Yeah,
that's very telling of what will come.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And to be honest with you, I really thought that Auckland would have had the upper hand, especially because they had like a really fast comp with the Cooler, with the Dynamo, with the Tetras, and the BP that can play along with them. Like it did look like it was very much in their favor, but Sydney, you can't count them out. Like Link's pushing the Rainmaker as far as they can, essentially feeding it for the points, and with a lead like that, it was just so easy for them to defend at the end.
That's true. On the other side of the team, Sydney Cyclones, I don't believe that they had a Tacticooler. So, as you said, they did definitely have the special advantage, but you gotta understand, these players are well-tuned for RM. This is Australia we're talking about. There is a saying that we have when every Australian team, any Australian team, participates in a Western tournament. You do not counterpick RM against these teams.
You don't take OCE to RM. It's true. It's true. We dominate.
Yeah.
But
let's go.
Well, we'll move on to the counter picks now. Quill, what do you think? What do you think we're going to see from Auckland?
I would assume that they would want a map that would play along with maybe a sharking gameplay. I would assume that Toby would switch now to his more recent weapon, which is Paintbrush. And we do see right now, it is going to be TC Sturgeon. Okay, so this is a sharking map, definitely. Mid is very scary to control, especially if it's a loose control. You don't have control of left ramp going into their sponge or something like that, or you still don't have control of spinner yet. there are so many angles for attacking teams to get back into mid because of the extreme terrain actually of Sturgeon. It's not flat, that's for sure. So
It's definitely not flat, and particularly that court area, it can be very difficult to push into or defend rather. In my opinion, I feel like this is a very, very snowbally TC map. Like once the ball starts rolling, it can spiral out of control and be very hard to defend.
That's true. That's true. The usual flowchart for this map is that you would push, of course, to your court to snipe if you have a charger. Try to contest mid, get mid, and then once you have mid, you would absolutely. This is a necessity for competitive play. You would absolutely want to get into their snipe or onto their grates because it is near impossible. It is extremely hard for attacking team, for the team that is being pressured to take up their snipe. At most, the most area that you would have to contest your snipe that is being taken by the enemy team is top right. But even then, it is not a safe position to be in. So these teams will have to make sure, absolutely make sure, as you said, to not get snowballed.
Yeah, absolutely. And heading into the match now, Game 2, TC Sturgeon. We do see Sydney sub in Mars, I believe. So we might get the double Tetra gameplay.
The monkeys are here, about to swing their vines into this match on Sturgeon TC. It is! It's double Tetris and
Let's
Toby
go!
actually sticking to Dynamo.
Sticking to the Dynamo.
Okay, he is playing Shark, but it won't be Paintbrush. Okay, now we will see the fight for mid. So let's see what happens.
Curve starting off very aggressive.
Ooh.
One goes down, but they're going to trade out on the right side. Mars also going in with a similar opening.
Both Tetris are on the opposite sides of the map. Both Tetris are actually sharking, about to meet each other maybe. The Mars did get the ball points battling, and now they are 1v1.
Still, oh my god. Good fight.
That's what I like to see.
Going to defeat Mars, claiming #1 Tetra.
At least for the first 1v1, there are still plenty of opportunities for them to 1v1 again. Maybe it's a back and forth, but the checkpoint definitely not going to be back and forth as Crowboy being pushed out of tower. He could get back into tower, but I believe he is concerned about any sharks that are coming up, especially that Lumi is proving my point. He is about to contest tower, but Toby jumps in like an angel, snipes him out.
The Guardian Angel coming in with the trade. Link's going to be able to take back their spinner and then push back in to contest this tower. Crowboy's in a really bad spot, but he's going to be able to jump out.
Alright, that was a good decision by him. Now they are going to be defending. Both teams have not yet contested or even gotten the enemy team's spinner, so not much of a snowball yet. It's going to be overwhelming if they do. Triceratops are coming in for defending, but we'll have to see.
Link's going to get one, and they're now pushing the spinner.
Alright, Link is going to be posted up into the spinner now. They don't have control of tower, but Mars will be on top of that. Maybe Link as well, but they have to back out because of the Dynamo. It is now 3:15 on the clock, 64 to 56. It is in advantage of Auckland, actually. Congrats on them, but it is still halftime, so there's plenty of things to be done.
But as you say that, two go down, and Mars is pushing their court as aggressive as you can be with the Tetra. Just creating so much space for Sydney to push in.
That is the Tetra gameplay right there. You can get out of a position immediately as soon as it goes bad, and then go back to your team maybe with Reef Slider or just, swimming up or using your dodge rolls. It's very good for crossfires as well, as you saw with Lumi and Mars killing that Dynamo, and that might be enough for them to take the win. Oh,
hold on.
They have to push it. Look, his ass!
1 point!
His dive worked. It's 1 point away. It's near knockout. They have to knock out at this point if they want to win.
What an incredible push by Sydney. Almost... This is going to be an incredible comeback if Auckland is able to pull it off.
That was well played, yes. There are opportunities for them to come back. It's not impossible. So long as the game is not over, it's definitely doable.
Exactly. And as we say that, they're getting the ball rolling now. It's time for Auckland's push. Curb's trying to make space into their court, but Mars potentially going for the flank.
Yes, they have no control on left side of the checkpoint, which will be not much of a detriment to them. Toby will win the fight there. I believe it was Toby that won against the Tetris. It is 1 down, 4v3. Has an advantage, made space with Tri-Strike as well. They have an opportunity to do something.
Quill,
and Link,
no.
then Link goes down. Michael, hold my hand. Is this a comeback? Oh my god.
He's the last one. Ray versus Kizaz.
Oh no, and Kizaz goes down, but there are jumps coming.
Jumping in.
Oh my god, this is a fight of the century. Oh no, but it's a wipeout. It is 1 minute though. They have an opportunity to do it again.
Yeah, they still have another opportunity if they can defend what will be Sydney's counter push and get something started of their own. But what an incredible defense by Sydney. That looks like it could have gone a completely different way. Oh my goodness.
I would like to emphasize their defense. Link went down on Sponge and they still managed to defend against a 4v3. That situation speaks for the performance of the players. Even if their star player goes down, they are still really gunning for the win.
Ooh, and that Booyah's gonna get 2. This is not looking good for Auckland right now.
Yeah, an inkshot is popped, but Kizaz is rushing the inkshot. They might win this. Yes, they did. Toby, though, did jump to the inkshot. Might get the kill on Kizaz. It is a range. It is a vertical advantage.
Oh my goodness. Kizaz killing 2. This guy's on a rampage. Lumi's just chilling on the tower. Hold on.
God, and this speaks with the importance of grabbing snipe and Grace. Kizaz with the Ingzuka just getting free damage off of Auckland, and this might be it.
I don't know. This might be it.
Yes,
Auckland
the tower.
Has to touch power now. They're not going to be able to.
It was in their court, but still got the win. That was an excellent push. That comeback. Oh my god, man! Almost.
That was close. If they had if Ray was able to pick off Kizaz, that could have gone a completely different way.
That's true. That's actually true.
Oh my goodness, what a match.
You gotta give it to Sydney though. That was well played.
Very well played. Good defense, especially under that high pressure situation.
Yes. Again, Link went down. Link was in a position to contest the tower from a different angle. So if Link went down, that would be just one less angle for them to protect and a much easier time to push the tower. But still, the defend went through and they won the fight. So, well played. It is now
very well played.
Set point? I believe it's 0-2. Courtesy of
it is 0-2 Sydney's way. And we're going to be going into counter picks now. Auckland's back to counter picking. I really think that their best shot is probably in Rainmaker or Clams. Because that's the maps where I think that their fast comp is going to thrive.
Yes, especially with Tactical Cooler, it will be much more of use, since particularly in RM, the objective itself is affected by Tactical Cooler. It's a player, literally. So, if they want to play off that, then yes, I would like them to counterpick RM, but right now we do have the counterpick. It is Umami Zones.
Zones, interesting. But I will say this, I know that this is a very good map for Tetras. There's a lot of opportunity to fight on the sides of the map and create space for your team to push in with you. So it'll be interesting to see how Mars and Curve, the Tetra players on either team are able to, manipulate and abuse the map geometry in their favor.
That's true. This map is very good for creating chaos. You have top mid, right? To both have control of left and right mid, but it is so skinny that it's uncomfortable to stay in for a long period of time. So even if you do have control of that, it is still not guaranteed that you have mid. You will still need to have a definite control of ink and players in left and right. So the Tetris will really have a field day in terms of creating distractions or taking out attention for their team to come in. So it was well.
And it is a dual zone map as well. So like the beginning mid fight could be very hectic as both teams are scrambling to try and paint each other's zones. But we'll see how it goes. The lockout on this map in particular can be very brutal. So I'm interested to see how teams are going to deal with that.
Yes, that's true. Actually, that's why I wanted to talk about what you said, which is the first fight will be important. That is very true.
Definitely.
If you lose control of box, which is just behind the top mid of the map, the box is right about to the entrance to mid of whatever spawn the enemy team is. If they manage to get control of your silo, the circular thing, and box as well, it is going to be very hard. The retakes routes that you would have to take to get back into mid will be very brutal, as you said. You have to use specials at that point. You can't really rely on individual talent alone, because in and of itself, the attacking team will have good positions on silo. So
Yeah, exactly.
we'll be really looking into the first fights that will happen in splat zones. Umami.
Yeah, Splat Zone's umami. It is 0-2 Sydney's way. Auckland really looking for a win here. Let's see. Toby on the paintbrush.
All right.
Finally
He's
bringing it out.
Okay, and we also have for a midline, Sydney running double midline actually with the 96 deco. We'll have to see how that works and fares against the paintbrush and the ballpoint, which is about the similar roles in terms of range.
Yeah, and immediately Mars going down to Ray. 2 going down for Sydney. They're going to have to back up here. This might be a cap.
All right, that's Auckland's win. Sydney did cap the zone for about 0.5 seconds. That's about it. And then they completely lost it. Now it's going to be the start of their lockout. But Crowboy, I think, overextending a bit too much. All of their teammates are still back in zones. And right now they're trying to make chaos as much as possible. Maybe get a pick. Toby did rush as well. Not getting anything happen.
Oh no.
Ooh, and then now MGJ popping the Kraken and making space as much as possible. Did make space, pushed out Rain, and got the kill for Lumi.
I think Auckland's hold there did go sour. They kind of just went in one by one and weren't able to get anything, unfortunately.
Yes, it was literally one by one. First it was Crowboy, then Toby, then Curve. It was brutal. But we have to give it to them. They did push it all the way to 59, which is good enough. But now it will be Sydney's turn for a lockout. If they even can. Ryan getting that Rainsfield getting that kill. Ooh, and pushing out all of the players outside of zone. So we'll have to see a fight right now, which is going in favor of I don't even know, because it's
of Sydney.
Oh, okay.
And Ray's gonna be forced to back up. Curb jumping in and unfortunately dying. And MGJ now with the Kraken gonna try and give even more space to Sydney as they hold the zones here.
That's true. And Kraken, of course, you have to pull back with that special as soon as the duration comes too close. He did also. He did that. He went to useless. Mars almost got the kill, but it's completely fine.
They're gonna have to cut the zones right now.
We were talking. Sydney got. Was it Sydney that got the win?
Sydney got the win.
Okay, that fast, bro. I was explaining the thought process regarding
showing by Sydney at the moment. They've been sweeping these games.
These are fast games. My God, I was explaining Kraken, man. What happened?
Yeah, we don't even get time to speak before they KO'd. God damn.
Yeah, that was a map. That's unfortunate that the lockout never really happened in Auckland's side.
Yeah, they were never able to get that initial lockout, which honestly was detrimental to that game for them, because they really weren't able to get anything started.
Yeah,
and then Sydney were just able to, turn the tables on them and hold them really strong for that entire match.
They never had an opportunity to push back into the plat ever again. At most, the farthest that they pushed, I remember, was at the back of zone, all the way onto block. They had fights there, but I saw that 3 people were gunning against one particular player. I believe that was either Toby or someone else, and they just 3v1'd, and then they proceeded to push up more. Well played by them.
Very, very, yeah. It was an excellent play by Sydney. And I think, if you're Auckland in this position, you're really clutching at straws right now, because, all your counter picks thus far have not proven to be in your favor.
It's a back against the wall situation now.
It is definitely. I really hope they go to Rain. I really think it might be the the turning point for them,
That's
particularly
true.
with their comp that they are running, because even their entire comp is suited for Rainmaker in my opinion, especially with the BP Tetra combo.
Excuse the dog if you guys do hear that. He's also excited about the matches that are happening right now. I believe he
Very
communicated to me that he wants a game 5, even a game 7 maybe.
Game 7?
Yeah,
Real?
particularly for uh Auckland's advantage, because right now it is not looking good for them. The map has been picked though. Micah, what is it? I can't
We
read for 2 seconds.
we got TC Hagglefish coming in, so another TC counter pick for Auckland. I guess they really believe in the tower control for them. And I'm interested to see if they make any adaptations to their comp or the way that they play to try and do better than their last TC game. But we'll see.
I don't think we need to delve much into the thoughts of the players regarding this counter pick. I really do just believe that this is a map that they play good on. Maybe in scrims, maybe in solo queue, maybe in practices, things like that.
Yeah.
So, but we'll have to see actually. So, they did still keep Rainsfield, so they will still have that ballpoint with Ingshed. We'll have to see how they will play around it, because this map does have good vantage points for Inkshot, especially if it can updraft into tent and into the left and right pillars of mid.
Exactly, yeah. Inkjet can be deadly, especially in this mid fight as we get into game number 4, 3-0 Sydney's way, and the wiper coming out from curb, and
Okay.
Fosh being subbed in with the bucket.
Okay, so they definitely did adjust. This is a far cry from, not really a far cry, but 2 different weapons compared to the other weapons that they were playing a while ago. And we'll have to see how this goes. It's a mid fight right now. All of Sydney are on left side, moving to the right. They notice that they have no presence there, moving up right now.
Yeah,
And-
Mars is going to trade out with Crowboy and MGJ on tower, but they're just playing this mid fight very careful, because on this map in particular, walking through mid can be incredibly dangerous.
That's a very good note to have. They did not push up exactly straight onto mid during that first 10 seconds. But Mars did get a Reef Sider there a while ago, which did make space for them to have an opportunity to push the tower, which they are doing right now.
Yeah, and Auckland kind of scrambling a little bit as Sydney's just rushing them with this tower momentum.
Oh my god, yeah, it is very aggressive right now. Link and Mars are just going onto their plat, wreaking havoc, doing everything they can so that the players in tower will have a much more comfortable time. You know, they're just chilling at this point. Charging special, both of them are there, by the way. That's how much they don't need. That's how much faith they have in Link and Mars tearing it up right now. They still are not outside of their plat. They are just
Yes.
marinating inside there.
Yeah, it's this machine Tetra combination just outputting so much damage, and Auckland, they're just struggling to get in at all, get anything started. And this might be it.
Yes, they're spamming
The three
Booyah,
go
the
down,
happiness
hold
that they
on.
have. Okay, maybe spoke too soon. MGJ is the only
Hammer
one
by Curb that got the triple there.
that saved the game. Yeah, I do agree. Now that they have mid, they have to fight for it, especially that they are still putting up a fight, Sydney, but Mars did go down. The gal is trying to fight anything, but you know, they have the lead, a significant lead even. They don't have to take risks right now, and that is exactly what they're doing. They're playing their time, thinking of ways, observing what they are doing, and thinking of a route to maybe push the tower, which they are doing right now. Just picked off the ballpoint slotting there on the right side.
Yeah, I think what Auckland really needs is for Curb on the Wiper to really make some space for them to be able to push through mid, because they're really struggling to get past that section around the tent area and the pillow. But Fosh going down on the right side to Mars, they're going to try and push this forward. But unfortunately going to trade out.
Yes, neither team has a convincing control of mid, but that might change right now with the ink strikes that are being popped. They do have mid right now. That is well played by them, making space off of the special that they just used. Curb right now trying to probably ledge camp, but is being pushed out with the bucket, and the Tetris that just dropped outside of it.
Yeah, they all dropped onto
Ooh.
the sides though. This is looking really good for Auckland right now. They're going to be able to break this check, and Curb dying super deep in their base.
Yeah, but they did push enough so that the other players of Sydney are hesitant to push on back onto their ramps, which still they are still hesitant about to push right now though to have an opportunity maybe to retake tower, which they did. It is still a back and forth though, as both players having a really big scuffle below tent and on pillow and
Yeah,
on
and
ramps
Curb
too.
with this hammer though, he's going to trade out with Link, and Mars is going to go down.
Okay,
Lumi's the last one up. MGJ just spawning in.
Fosh has control of tower. We are not paying attention to the fact that this might be a really huge comeback. It is 8-19. It is a 3v4, but right, the ballpoint is on the tent, which is a really good position for long range weapons to be in. Has to back out though because bucket, sloshing machine, the pressure it still has. It might be nerfed, but it's still there. Yeah.
And this entire time that they were still fighting up in their spawn, Lumi was just riding the tower all the way back to mid. He don't care. He's just going to ignore the fight and push the objective the other direction.
Absolutely does not care. That is a good push by them though, but it will not be enough. They have to do something. It is 40 seconds on the clock, 8 versus 19. Deficit for Auckland. They really need this map. And it shows they are trying right now, even with Crowboy standing his ground, but it's not enough. Link wins the fight, and Link might push with Mars, I believe, but of course Mars goes down because these players are absolutely at their 120% trying to make something happen.
Yeah, and you know, if you're sitting in this position, you're sitting pretty. You know, all you got to do is defend, not make any mistakes, get your specials. GG Booyah. Link's got the GG Booyah, and they've got Kraken. They have to get these picks now, otherwise they are not going to be able to literally stand on the tower, and I don't think it's going to be enough. And game 4 going to Sydney, a 4-0 sweep from Sydney. Unlucky to Auckland.
This team, when you look at the results, raw results. So
Raw.
not looking at the players, okay? It is. You would think that Auckland would win this map. They have been dominant so far into the league.
I mean, exactly. They've been such a front runner in the league thus far, but this is what I was saying earlier. Like, you never really know who's gonna win. Whoever plays better on the day, it can completely change the tides of the match.
Wow. Okay, that's really well played. That's something I would not expect coming from just looking at the standings so far. Well played, honestly.
Honestly, well played.
And the duo that Link and Mars had when pushing up to the plats in the first 1 minute. My god, that was well played.
That was insane. Yeah, especially Mars and Link on that Tetra bucket, sloshing machine rather, combo, just absolutely destroying Auckland in their base. And we got them coming in now for the interview. Hold on.
Hey, they're coming to us. Thank you.
Hello?
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 Hey guys.
Hi there. I just actually pissed off my mom because I screamed so loudly for that 4-0.
I would assume I would be very happy as well. That was an upset in terms of looking into the results that you guys had previously on the other weeks. Well played.
Thank you.
My god. Before we ask you the interview questions, I would like to say Mars and Link on that first minute during that last match. My god. You guys won. You guys 2v1 everyone. That was well played. Was that coordinated?
We ran them up.
Link just followed me. I just like.
Yeah.
Mars and I ran this
shit.
I was thinking, was that telekinesis or was that actual comms? I guess not. Oh my god. That was well played. Oh, what? You guys like got 6 people in that
Link's
whole
just
minute.
Link's just good at following me and like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Mars supporter.
That was well played. Okay, I don't have the list right now. Micah, do you have the list of the interview questions?
I'm just going to ask questions that I want to ask, to be honest with you. You know,
Okay, that's true.
you guys have had a rough first 2 weeks, so how are you feeling about this win this week?
Fuck you, hyped. Hyped as fuck.
Good.
All I can say.
It feels very good. Not gonna lie.
It was 2 kind of unfortunate sets. Like I didn't feel like, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, especially with Manila in week 1 and then, you know, week 2's whatever, and then you come around and, you know, Auckland's been a bit of a front runner, you just 4-0 sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
Another note that I would like to compliment on the side of Sydney on that push that almost got the lead for Auckland. I believe it was in the 4-minute mark.
Was it Kiz
Auck-
has?
Yeah, Auckland was
Hey.
pushing. Auckland was pushing, and then Link dropped to Sponge. Link goes down. It's now a 3v4 on the deficit of you guys, but you still managed to win even without your star player. I'm very happy for you guys that you still managed to defend.
Bro, that
and
was
keep your
all
lead.
Kiz. That's my
Yeah,
boy
Yeah, bro, else
Kiz.
Kiz. Bro, we were like screaming at Kiz.
Get on
Yeah,
the
that
tower.
Is Kazaz here? Can you
I
run
am.
me down? What happened? Like, your star player went down, and they're
Yeah,
about to
tell us
get
the
lead.
thought process, bro. Come on.
The pressure was on you, man, and I
Yeah.
believe they had control over grades too. So, how'd you
Yeah,
do
they,
it?
they had everything. I had a bomb already thrown out, and they got a random kill. And they'd got a fall-off kill on the Tetra. They just
Oh.
left, I think, the BP up on the top left. I was being yelled at to just get the tower. Their entire team jumped to the BP, so I've just seen like a bunch of jump markers surrounding me.
My
Yeah, we
God,
all
my
did a good job of
goodness.
cleaning it up after they were all jumping in. Like, I'm pretty sure all of them did.
that was well played, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm-
it was
I'm not-
really well played.
I'm not gonna say that was luck. I'm gonna say that was pure skill. Congrats, Kazaz. That was probably the play ever so far in this week, actually. And
Thank
a
you.
question that I would have for you guys is, coming into this match, you know, you're facing a undefeated team. The other undefeated team was just defeated under the set a while ago. What was your strat? Like,
We had to
What do
follow
you-
suit, you know?
like, what did you say to one another? What were you gonna do?
I think
to-
our strat was tactical with spam.
Yeah, basically.
Um,
Follow the meta, the new
Ever
meta.
since Lumi picked up Tactical, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We were
great.
talking about Tacticaler actually, that it would be more in favor for Auckland, since they also have a Tacticaler weapon, and I believe knowing the players, me and Micah, they would be more fast paced, but you proved us wrong, and you guys won every fight. Congrats. That's every question that I have so far.
Yippee.
Micah, do you have any?
No, that's
Oh,
it.
man.
Just congrats, guys. Honestly.
Thank you,
one last
Michael.
thing.
Yes, Lumi?
We're on stream, right?
Yes, you are on.
Draco, if you're hearing this, I love you. Thank you so much for the cooler suggestion.
It definitely worked. So if Jaco's listening, you better be happy. Congrats! And thank you, Sydney, for your time for this interview.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yippee. Thank you.
I didn't even play, but Sydney's strong.
Yeah,
Sydney's strong! I didn't even play!
College MVP.
Yeah, I was actually emotional support, you know?
Yes, the support.
She didn't
was
say
very
anything and
apparent.
joined halfway through the set.
Joined like
Josh.
just before the last game and asked
Josh.
how's the set going.
Whatever.
Alright.
Real.
That'll be it for Sydney. Stream.
Hell
Say
yeah.
congratulations to them. And for you guys personally, for me and Micah, well played. Wow.
Stan Azalea Banks.
Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up there. Thank you everyone for tuning into the stream, and be sure to tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. for Singapore and Jakarta. It'll be Quill and I coming again, so you'll get to enjoy that. But thank you.